Well, hi there guys, welcome back to another video. Well, it's more really to say thank you so much for all the subscribers that have come over the last week or so. It's absolutely mind-blowing. I can't thank you all enough. The comments have been really nice. You've helped me out on things that, like I said in the videos, I wasn't quite sure about, and I just want to say thank you ever so much. I don't suppose you want to be looking at a pile of work, do you? Up there, that's a slightly better photo. So yeah, I can't get over how nice everybody's been. I'm sure that may change later on down the line. I've noticed three dislikes, but that doesn't faze me. I'm going to plod on anyway. So just a quick video anyway. I thought I'd let you all see. I've painted two bedsides in white and they're a bit plain. I'm waiting on clay. Clay just isn't coming in. I'm wanting to, now I've hung that mirror that everybody's been watching, I want to do it all the way around so it's a complete flower clad mirror. So I'm waiting on that. I've been waiting a week now and it's still not here. So I thought, right, well, I've papered a few items, so I suppose I best get my stencils out again, and I've picked the rose one, and I'm just going to texture paste it and then give it its final coat. So I thought, well, I might as well bring you guys along as well. So I'll just set you up so that you're not shaky, and then we'll get started. Right then, I'm back. So, like with the last video, I'm just going to add a bit of detail on. I think it just takes it from being plain and boring. And the texture on this isn't that brilliant because it's only the cheap MDF ones as such. But they were free, so you can't turn down free, can you? So the texture paste I'm using is that one. I hope you can see it. And I'm just going to go over them and give them a bit of a floral detail, should we say. That's if I've got enough, because it's quite empty. Right, a lot of you said that, because I'm still struggling with the music. I don't know how to, I don't know where to find these. I've been looking at the music side of it, and I was like, well, I don't want to pay for all this stuff yet if no one's going to subscribe, and you know, it's like a camera and everything. I know I'm going to need a proper camera, but it's like, when do you think, right, let's get that camera, or no, let's not bother and carry on as such. Oops. So that's one. So I'll just swap it for another one. That one's not got very good coverage, is it? I'm going to have to do that one again, I think. Also, this came with no knobs in it, so I shall have a look what knobs I've got as well. I haven't got many left now. Everything seems to be coming without the pulls on them. Mind you, then again, if they're free, they're probably taking them off and putting them on something else. And unlike with the glass beads, you can take this so it's lovely and clean. You don't have to leave it raised up quite so much for it to hold its texture in. This just leaves a nice little amount all by itself. I hope everyone's doing okay. I've been quite busy this week. It's nice when you find things, or people are a bit now, because I'm getting established here with people that know me here as well. people that have been and had stuff off me, they're now bringing their stuff that they no longer want. And they're like, no, have it. I'm like, oh my God. My husband says to me, he says, I do hope we're not going to start as a junkyard. I was like, oh, there's just no faith with these men, is there? I've got the children that hate it all, and then the husband thinking I'm going to become a junkyard. Right, I'm just going to give that a wipe off so I can flip it over to the other side. Sorry if the camera's wobbling, I'm just wiping it all off. Right, I'm going to have this side. And the horses have now gone out the field, they've gone back to their other field. Now the weather's picked up a bit and I think their field's dried. I do miss them because every day they're here, and one in particular, he just stands watching me all day long while I'm here, which is really nice. Plus the fact that he gets mince and carrots and broccoli and everything else. They do tend to eat out of house and home. But you miss it when you look out and it's just a field now. But I'm sure they'll be back. They're always popping back now and again, so. I think I've said that I'm waiting for Clay to come in, haven't I? So that'll be a part 2. Now I've hung it up. It just doesn't look right with the wood showing through still. So I thought, right, order a few more packs of clay and go again. But for whatever reason, I don't know if there's a shortage, but it's not coming through yet. And of course I'm not wanting to go down to the shops. The Range sell it if you're in the UK, and Hobbycraft sell it. Hobbycraft have never got the colouring that I'll have. I just have the plain white. They only ever seem to have either the grey or the terracotta in for delivery. So I figure they're probably struggling as well. But they're all around the same sort of price. They're not too expensive. I think it's about £5 for the large pack. And unless you're using big flowers and going to town like I did on the mirror, it does last quite a long time. Oops, oh dear, has that ruined that now? We'll soon see. A little bit smudged through in places, but I think it'll be okay. I don't think you'll notice once it's painted. So, right, let's just show you these drawer knobs that I've got. Again, we've not been out anywhere, I've not been able to pick any up. And now everyone's taken them off their items, I'm not having any to save. Right, don't look at the colours because obviously they won't stay this colour, but there's that one, which comes apart, and on the last one I did that black and that gold, so there can be 2 different colours. But there's that one, or there's a metal one, which again, don't look at the colour, it's just what they are already. So I don't know, I might go for The ones that I did with these, the drawers did sell quite quickly, but they are solid, where these are only plastic, these ones, these are metal. I don't know, I'll spray them both up and you'll get to see which one I decided on. I've got to leave this now to dry. It's going to take a couple of hours. It's quite warm in here today, so I'll come back when it's dry and we'll carry on. Thank you. Ah, have they dumped you on my filthy chair? Eh? Oh dear, that's not where you sit. You like to sit down there, don't you? Eh? Shall we put you on the floor? Eh? Shall we put you on the floor? Eh? Oh dear, it's supposed to be recording here, not recording you. I know, they're nasty, aren't they? They bring you out, they dump you here. Because as I've said before, this is a dog that doesn't do outside. I've never known a dog like her. She refuses to walk, to go on a walk at all. To the point that she'll try and wee, well, she does wee herself. So I don't know what that's about, because I've had her since she was a baby. But she just hates, as soon as she sees me get my coat and my shoes on, she goes to hide. She just does not do outside at all. I think if I'd have trained her to wee and poop in a cat litter tray, she'd never step outside the door. She really is what they call a home dog, aren't you? Hey, don't give me them sad eyes. Yes, you give me them sad eyes. Right, let's carry on with what we're supposed to be doing, shall we? Sorry about that. The kids decided that the dog needed to be outside again. I've never known a dog like her. She's unreal. 5 years old. And I don't think she's probably been on about 3 or 4 walks in her whole life. She absolutely hates it. I've tried carrying her. Like, I don't take, because we're on quite a busy road. So we've driven so that she's like just got a field, and she just stands there and looks at you as if to say, come on then, let's go home. She really does. Like I say, if I'd have thought that she was going to be like that, you could have trained her to wee and poop in a cat litter tray. And I should imagine, here look, hang on, let me show you now. She's at the door now, look. Wanting someone to rescue her and to take her back in. She's unreal. And then when she's in there, she's moaning because she knows I'm out here. So we have to open because this is a conservatory I work in. So we have to open the conservatory curtains so that she can lay there and still know that I'm here and she's there. She's definitely unique. And food, well, she eats food as though it's going out of fashion. And she's always been one of them dogs that, like, she has to eat everything in one go as though it might disappear. I mean, 5 years. 5 years I've had her. And she's still doing them traits now. Oh, and did anyone notice on the last video? If you did, always number your drawers. There. Number 1, number 3, number 2, number 1. Always number your drawers when you're doing something fancy. Because 9 times out of 10, the drawers only fit in one way. Which I found out the hard way. I couldn't believe it's these sort of drawers, the video that's just come out now. And I couldn't believe it. I did all the clay flowers on them. And I put them all in, never thinking that they've all got different lengths here, so they don't fit. And the bottom one ended up as being the top one. But I wonder how many people saw that. I did ask them on the video to leave a comment below. So I had to, oh, nightmare. I ruined all the clay. I had to take it all off and redo it all. and I mean all of it, the whole lot, because you couldn't swap the drawers around so they didn't fit. Every single drawer was wrong on both items. I could have cried. And as I say, Gorilla Glue really is quite good for sticking things on. I've never had anything come off willingly. So that was that. And that's the sort of mistakes I make all the time. You'd think I'd learn by now, wouldn't you? People say, nah, things only... They'd only happen to you once. Oh no. Well, that's the first time that's happened. Let's see how many more times it happens, shall we? I can't believe I even told you all. But I rectified it. And within a week they'd gone, so, and that colour really was nice, but the paint's really strange. I mean, this one I obviously didn't give much of a coat on, but I'll show you the bases in a minute. They've had 4 coats, and I'm using the Heritage range by Dulux. I'm assuming it's new because it's taken over in the store where my Craig and Rose paint normally is. So I don't know if they're stopping doing that, but that's the paint. Can you see? And it's an eggshell. And I thought, oh, it'll be another furniture paint like my other one. But it's very strange. It's extremely runny. Nothing like chalk paint at all. It doesn't like being worked a great deal. If you do, it all starts going like lumpy. It's like, now that's it. It doesn't want me to touch that no more now. You can tell with how it feels. So it's one of those, if you cock up, you've got to leave it till it's dried. And I mean, don't get me wrong, this is called lead white, and it really is a nice white when it's dried. It's white stroke, very, very pale grey. But I did a cupboard and I'd got the clay moulds on, and it was one that I'd done previously, not sold, because I did it in a colour again. I should know by now not to paint anything with colour, because all everyone wants around here is white, now and again black, and very rarely, well, I can get away with some greys. So I'd had it a few weeks, so I thought, right, I'd not had no bites on it or anything. So I thought, right, white we go. And I used this, and I was constantly having to check it, because obviously with clay mould you've got, you not slap the paint on as such, but you have to put it on quite thick to get in all the nooks and crannies, and then you smooth it out as you go. Well, this was just running all over the place. But by the second coat I'd figured out how much to put on and not put on. And it looks quite nice now, so hopefully it'll sell. But yeah, it's like your old traditional kind of gloss paint, and it goes on and it's really shiny, but then once it's dry it's not. Because I thought, oh no, I don't want shiny finishes, but it has got a built-in sealer, so you don't have to, which is one benefit I hate. I'd do anything than have to wax or seal. Well, I mean, I've tried some of the sprays that you get, the sealer sprays that you get from like B&Q and what have you, and they send everything yellow. So then you have to repaint it all, and you think, well, it's clear, why have you sent everything yellow? And then I use the wax, and I don't know, I think it must be just how I do it, because the waxes I use, I tend to, well, it looks a mess. I know they say you have to put quite a few coats on, and wait for it to even out and what have you. But on dark colours, but it really does kind of look patchy. But watching quite a few other of the bigger named painters, they have that problem as well. And one lady I watched, was it Crestana from Bella Renovare, I think it is. She did a black and she used steel wool, and I believe it was her that used a dark wax, not black wax, she used brown. So I bought some of this super fine steel wool, and I've got to admit it does balance out but the colour a lot better. But I think everyone just accepts that if you paint something black, it's not, unless it's been factory done, it's not going to be 100%. Well, I'm hoping that's what everyone thinks anyway. Fingers crossed. I've never had anything returned. Mind you, saying that, yesterday I delivered, I hate delivering things for people. One, because they've not seen it, apart from what's on the camera, and as we know, camera and real life is completely different. But she asked me to deliver it. She saw it, she says, yeah, I'll pay for it, I'll pay for delivery. So I took it. It wasn't far away, it was only about 15 miles away. So I put it in the car. Putting it in the car, I marked the back. Only a little bit, only about 1.5 inches, but it was the back, and I thought, oh, right, here we go. And then getting it out, I don't know what I did, but I kind of like scraped it down the side of the car. So the back corner, like if this is your back, this bit here had got scraped down it about yay big. So I thought, oh, so I went out to her and I says, you know, I've just caught it. So she was happy, she got a £5 off. But when you're not making a great deal, you think, oh, so I hate delivering furniture, because obviously I can't afford for things to be sat around for 30 days while everything cures. So as it's painted, I give it a day and then it's listed for sale. And I state to people, you know, please try not to damage it because it's not hardened up and whatever yet. And then I go and do it, and I thought, wow, what's the odds? But you see, it's the story of me. Does anyone else ever have those problems? Or is it again just me? Right, I've got to leave them to dry again. Oh, and also with this paint, it says that you can't repaint it within 6 hours. Well, I did the cupboards about 3 hours. Yeah, it's still tacky. I did the cupboards about 3 hours ago after I finished filming, doing the detailing on the front, and you can feel that they're still a little bit tacky. So that's another downfall, isn't it, of this paint, if you're wanting it to, you know, chalk paint, it's dry as you've put it on. So I don't know whether I'll be repurposing. Oh, I'll show you that cupboard. Sorry about all, it's me moving you again. But that one that I did, I decided to do colour on, was this one. And it started off as olive green. So I did some of the clay on there. And then I did a lot of clay on the top. But I'd originally painted this olive green and then highlighted odd parts on the flowers in like a copper, and I did the door handles in copper as well. And like I say, nobody wanted it. So this is the Heritage range again, but it's in Morecambe Bay, Beachcombe Grey. And like I say, now it's dried. I mean, I did do a textured top. I used the baking soda technique that I've seen everybody using. How cool! I do like it, because again, this was a freebie that a lady gave me. I delivered her some furniture and she says, oh, do you want this? Take it. And it was quite water damaged along here, all along this front bit. So when you just painted it, you could it really stood out still. But that's really taking your eye off it now. And like I say, it's not big money. I think some people that get really picky, and you're like, you're buying like £50 furniture. You're not going to TK Maxx and paying a little bit more. But that's the one that I was just talking about anyway. So it's now grey. Very pale grey, it's quite nice. So I've got to wait for these to dry again now. And I painted the handles. I don't know if you can see outside, but they are just there. And I painted them black. So we'll see how that looks. I'll come back when everything's dry again and we're putting back together. Okay. Right then, welcome back again. It's all done, all dried, and add another coat of paint. So it's the fun part now, putting it all back together. Yay. Right, make sure we get the right drawers, I think, so we don't have that little palaver again. Right, sorry I got to lean over. Ooh, bolts. I sprayed them black in the end. Have I moved you too far? No. Right, just right there. Off that side. Yay, that's one. Number two. And number one. Right, that's number one. What do we think? It's just got a little touch of, oh, I don't think you can actually see, can you? So you've just got the rose. Yeah. So that's that one. That better? I think it is. I'll just lift this one off. Are we still in view? Yeah. dear, that one's not quite straight, is it? You see, I can't paint straight and I can't tape straight either. There's no, I don't think there's no holding out for me. Oh dear, what's going on? There's a little popper in it. You probably can't see, and Lara said I go round everything once I've filmed it, because obviously they're for sale. I have got some paint on. This paint, it's ridiculous. So I will, before obviously listing it for sale, I shall sand all that back and redo it. It's only on that drawer, so I don't know why that drawer, but never mind. But I will come back in a few minutes and do that off camera. I think it's just a little subtle touch this time. It's quite nice. A lot of the times when I do this, I'll go over it with a buff just to give it so it stands out more. I don't know if it's showing up as well on camera as what it is in real life, but you can certainly see it, let's put it that way. So all I need now is someone else to fall in love with it and come and buy them. That's too long. I had a feeling it would be. See how it's. Better. Always keep your screws off old furniture and previous projects, because you never know when you're going to buy something with no hardware. These are off something else. I keep everything. I suppose you could class. I'm on the verge of hoarding. And there's that one. So, shall I pop it on the floor so you can see them both together? Right, I'm just moving it. Sorry about that. So hopefully, if you can see, I've done. Oh, let me take you out the tripod. Sorry. Right. So if you can see on here, we've got them all on the left. On this one, and then on this one. They're all on the right, sorry. So I think then it just ties in for when they're either side of a bed. Well, thank you for watching again. Thank you, Eleanor. Me? Thank you. Yeah. And we'll see you in the next one. Hopefully, if you liked it, please do like, subscribe, and leave whatever comment below. It's really nice listening to what people are saying and thoughts on what I can do better. So thanks ever so much again, and take care. See you soon. Bye.